This Diwali, way too many films are coming out. No, seriously, like 7 films in a single weekend. Don't worry. I have shortlisted just the few big films that have been able to generate the most curiosity and tell you what I expect from them. So, without further delay, let's begin. Amaran. Among all the upcoming Diwali releases, this has to be the one with the best promotional material out there. Written and directed by Rajkumar Periyasamy and produced by Kamal Hassan under his own banner Rajkamal Films, Amaran is a biographical war drama around the life of Ashok Chakra awardee, late Major Mukund Varadarajan, played by the brilliant Sivakarthikeyan, whose physical transformation for this role is easily one of the greatest in recent times. The character of his wife Indu Rebecca Verghese is played by the marvelous Sai Pallavi, whose brand value and script choices alone make you believe that the human drama in this film is going to be one to watch out for.
Congratulations, Captain Mukund. Congratulations, Major Mukund.
Thank you, Mamati.
Among all the Diwali releases, this is the one I'm the most excited for. Additionally, because of G.V. Prakash Kumar's brilliant soundtrack.
I'm proud of him being an army officer and me being an army wife. ഞങ്ങളെ വിട്ട് ദൂരമായിരിക്കുന്നത് കൂടെ ശരി സേഫ് ആയിട്ടാവുന്നിരിക്കുന്നതല്ലേ.
Bagheera, directed by Dr. Suri and written by the one and only Prashant Neel of KGF fame, Bagheera stars Sri Murli, Rukmini Vasant and Prakash Raj among others in a vigilante action thriller where the cop also seems to be the vigilante killer out to wipe the evils of society. Now, this isn't a very fresh premise at all, but the addition of Prashant Neel as the writer generates intrigue in me because Prashant Neel is an absolute genius in crafting imaginative worlds. That is something that I'm excited to watch on the big screen. What Prashant Neel brings on board into this familiar storyline. Venki Atluri's Lucky Bhaskar. The film stars the phenomenal Dulquer Salman and the promising Meenakshi Chaudhary in a period crime thriller about how a simpleton mysteriously becomes rich overnight and what the greed of wealth can do to such an individual. Now, Venki Atluri as a creator always comes up with interesting ideas, but the problem is those films aren't really always very memorable. Now, they are majorly entertaining, no doubt on that, but there aren't any films which I can recall and go like, this is one of the greatest films I've ever seen. And the ideas call for such a film. That is something that I'm most interested to see how it pans out because Dulquer Salman's last outing on the big screen in Telugu cinema was Sitaramam, which was a cult classic.
जो भी खरीदना है खरीद लो, इतने पैसे कमाए हैं मैंने.
जुए की भी अपनी एक फितरत होती है. तुम कितना अच्छा खेलते हो इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. रुकना कब है ये सबसे जरूरी है.
अब ज्यादा हो रहा है.
Now finally coming to the big guns of Bollywood. Singham Again and Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3. Rohit Shetty's Singham Again, the 5th film in his cop universe, has an all-star cast, has immense popularity courtesy the iconic Ajay Devgan character, and the brand value of Rohit Shetty himself. Knowing Rohit Shetty's sense of humor, it's possible that the lack of dialogue for Tiger Shroff's character in the trailer was a meta joke, keeping in mind that the actor himself is a man of very, very, very few words in his real life. In fact, I won't even be surprised if the actor has no dialogue in the film as well, because that's the kind of meta sentimentality that Rohit Shetty generally aims for in his films. Additionally, I'm also looking forward to what Arjun Kapoor brings on board, as his grey characters are generally a standout. However, the promotional material of Singham Again has to be downright the worst of the entire cop universe. None of the promotional material clicked and generated the much required hype around the film. The only reason that the hype around the film is still there, it's because it's Singham Again. The brand value is so huge that the audience automatically have high expectations. Let's hope this one delivers. I am going in with my fingers crossed and a huge tub of popcorn. Director Anis Bazmi's horror comedy Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3 has had a better promotional material than both Singham Again as well as Bhool Bhulaiyaa 2. The additional intrigue around two Manjulikas this time builds interest, but I have to admit, the dance numbers were much better in the previous film. The last time Anis Bazmi directed a sequel to one of his own films, he made Welcome Back. So I am cautiously optimistic, I guess. Well, just have to wait and see how things turn out. And most importantly, whether we get to see Tripti Dimri, the actor, shine, or she yet again is just the romantic interest. I have measured expectations from this one. Talking about the box office predictions of these films. Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3, much like Bhool Bhulaiyaa 2, is completely dependent on word of mouth, and the opening is going to be dependent on it. Unlike Singham Again, which with its brand value is definitely going to have a bigger opening if the film turns out to be good. So, scenario 1, if both the films have an average or good word of mouth, then irrespective of which one is better, Singham Again is going to have the advantage and is going to open bigger with around 40 to 45 crore mark with average or good word of mouth. Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3 too with average or good word of mouth can hit the 30 crore mark. Scenario 2, now let's say Singham Again turns out to be an absolute dud and has negative word of mouth all across. And Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3 has a great word of mouth. Let's say like Bhool Bhulaiyaa 2. In this case, Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3 will have an outside chance of 35 to 40 crores in my opinion. Singham Again though, despite the negative word of mouth, because of the hype, will be able to achieve the 20 to 25 crore mark. And finally, scenario 3, where Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3 has a negative word of mouth, but Singham Again with good word of mouth or great word of mouth, like let's say Suryavanshi or Chennai Express level, then there is no stopping Singham Again. The film can hit the 55 crore mark easily. Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3 with negative word of mouth will not be able to touch the 20 crore mark unless the advances are really good. But even in that case, if the film is highly dependent on walk-ins on the first day and the advances aren't going to make it touch 20 crore mark, in that case, it is going to max out at the 15 to 16 crores. In other words, Singham Again clearly has the upper hand because of the brand value attached, and Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3, if the film is not good or great, then the film might crumble under its own weight simply because this is the year of Stree 2 and Munjia, a year where the horror comedies have done well and earned immense numbers at the box office. Yes, horror comedies doing well is a good sign for Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3, but that also means that the bar is now higher. The film has to be a really good film for it to earn really well at the box office. Fingers crossed, here's hoping both the films do well. It's Diwali, have fun, happy Diwali. Like and share this video, and if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, do it right away. See you soon.